Someone who I hope can shed some light and give a more versed and informed opinion is political strategist with Clifton Network Partners. Camara Clifton is with us. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, gentlemen. Thanks for having me. I do have a comment on your intro. May I?
Please do.
So I will tell you that in all these years of the campaigning and the election, and now we're into 2 years of the presidency, I can be disappointed. I can be pleasantly surprised. No, pleasantly told what's going to happen. I can be thrilled about that. But I can no longer be surprised. Every single thing that has happened, to your point, has been something of a surprise to everybody because he hit a nerve that we no longer believed existed. So, yeah, I agree with you completely. This is
Camara, I'm a former...
very different than anything we've studied in the past.
It is, and we have a political scientist join us on Friday. I'm a former lieutenant governor of South Carolina, so I've been on the other side. I've been on the running for office side, and I've had real smart people give me the analysis and the data and the message and the talking points, and we picked up on Trump fairly early on. I mean, we really saw something in his campaign and candidacy that I don't think a lot of the experts did. And I think it's being a former candidate and understanding the connection and the relatability he had with a certain universe of voters. And I'm not saying it's good, bad, or indifferent, but it is what it is. I want to ask you a question because I think this is critically important. Can the Republicans be making a strategic mistake in believing that because Trump's a Republican, that their voters, that his voters are Republican? Because I've argued that the Trump voter is a Trump voter. He's not ideologically driven. He's there for the wrecking ball effect to the status quo in Washington and the ruling class and all these other sorts of... Do you believe that the script applies in this midterm, that if the Trump voter goes to the poll and votes for a Republican candidate, he's still voting for the wrecking ball?
So I think you're spot on. Not all Republicans are Trump supporters, but all Republicans, if they believe in the platform and they believe in what we do in this country, then they will have to vote a straight Republican ticket. And whether they do that because they believe in Trump is a whole nother thing. Democrats and independents who vote for him are not voting for him necessarily because they plan to switch parties, but because, as you say, he hit a nerve, and he has, not only did he hit that nerve in the campaign, but he followed through and is still following through on his campaign promises, and the country is feeling the positive effect of that. Now, there are a lot of things that he does that people are still, grumbling and arguing about, but nevertheless, it doesn't change the fact that they're seeing more money in their paychecks. Business and energy has been unleashed in this country, and he is protecting our borders in ways that most people don't even understand. The trade deals, everything. So I could go on a long time about that, and I won't because I think your audience gets the point. But you're right. This election is about, do you want to keep the momentum going, or do you want socialism? And it really comes down to exactly that, because almost every Democrat who's running has been endorsed by socialists, and that's going to be, if they win, that's going to be a rougher road than we ever imagined in the Obama years.
I have the number, and once again, we read Nate Silver's 538 website. He's got a lot of analysis and data, and he's real influential in the world of predicting what may or may not happen. I've got a number of 10 to 40. I think that the number, if the Republicans have a great night, they only lose 10 seats. If they have kind of a rough night, they lose 40 seats. Am I in the ballpark of where you think the race lies 1 week before the midterms?
Well, actually, I actually am putting my pens or whatever on that the Republicans keep the Senate, and they keep the House, and they pick up a couple of seats in the Senate, because what's happening in these last few days is that the mainstream media, and you all, whether you acknowledge this or not, you are the last of the fourth estate. The mainstream media is the fifth column, And you can explain that to your audience later if they're too young to understand. But you are the last of the fourth estate. So what's happening is that the people who will actually get off the couch and go vote are the people who are paying attention and who do not want socialism and who do not want these programs that almost put us in the dirt before, and where we wouldn't be able to recover. And they don't want to see that again. They like the prosperity and the making America great again, however they translate that for themselves. So whatever their social leanings are, their fiscally conservative leanings are taking hold. And if they get up and vote, there will be a red wave. And no matter how much money, outside interest, special interest, whatever, pour into the United States, into every district and every state in the country, it will not matter. It only matters who is most motivated to get off the couch and go vote. Even John Cox has a chance to win the governorship of California. Can you believe that?
That's pretty crazy. You have been very optimistic and enthusiastic, and we appreciate your time this morning, Camara.
God bless you. I look forward to talking to you guys again.